What's going on, everybody? This is Austin from the Coach's Compound. We're going to go over a Thursday tip for you guys. Okay, so today's tip is going to be about breathing, and specifically diaphragmatic breathing and core bracing or abdominal bracing. Okay, so in class today we are going over diaphragmatic breathing and core bracing. So now we're going to go over a little bit how to teach your athletes this, because a lot of times people just kind of disconnect their breathing, which can oftentimes lead to lower back pain, injuries in general because they're not bracing correctly, and it just helps you lower your stress. Okay, so first off, go ahead, I'll lay this down. Let's put this up here. Okie dokie. So first off, with diaphragmatic breathing, I'll put my hands back. What we're talking about is the diaphragm is kind of the muscle between the thoracic cavity and then the abdominal cavity. Okay, so what this muscle does is it helps lower the pressure, and which will help in your abdomen, which will help expand your lungs more. Okay, this is also part of the abdomen. So as we kind of know with the abdomen, it'll help you with lower back pain by strengthening it. And since breathing is something we do every single day, when was the last time you practiced breathing? Probably never. Okay? So first off, what we're talking about here is breathing only through your stomach versus breathing through your chest. Okay. One big thing that we need to distinguish here is there is a stress response with humans that when they get stressed, they start to carry in their upper traps. Okay, when they get stressed at work or they start to lean over, their traps rise. That is a stress response. Okay, and if you notice when I was breathing, or you can even see now, it naturally rises my shoulders, which will help that stress response. As we know, is not a good thing. You're going to start feeling some tension, headaches behind your head, stuff like that. So we obviously don't want that. All right, so we're talking about specifically breathing through your stomach. Something that you can have them practice: hand on chest, hand on stomach. Actually, I'll switch so you can see. I want you to tell them 5 breaths only moving your stomach. Okay? Tell them to really inflate that belly to touch against the hand. Tell them that you do not want to feel a movement in your chest at all. Okay? Nothing at all. Now, the next thing that we can practice after that is you can grab a kettlebell, put it right on your abdomen, and do the same thing. Learning to inhale while under load is going to help strengthen your diaphragm, okay? Because it is a muscle, so it'll help strengthen it. Now, the big thing about breathing techniques, if you go into any meditation techniques, whether it be praying or mindfulness practices, whatever it may be, the reason they do that is to help lower the stress. So just like how we talk about that raises stress, diaphragmatic breathing can help relieve stress, which is kind of the plight of many people these days. Okay? So, again, something you can have all of your athletes do is now go over tempos. There's a bunch of different tempos out there depending on who you follow, like Brian McKenzie at, I think it's I Am Unscared on Instagram. He is really big on breathing techniques. I don't remember who else is, but I know Brian McKenzie is. So what you can do is different tempos. Like for this one specifically, very classic, 4 seconds in, hold for 8 seconds, out for 8 seconds, and then right back into the 4 in. Okay? That is going to be a good mindfulness practice for you because you have to actually think about your breathing. And it'll be good at teaching you to control your breathing. And specifically our realm of CrossFit, you're in the middle of a super hard workout that your breath is just going, you need to learn to control your breathing, okay? So specifically towards that, we've found that breathing through your mouth is actually going to kind of bring out what's called the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight. Whereas the opposite would be parasympathetic, rest and digest. That's breathing through your nose. So think about our noses, whether, I'm pretty sure every person has this, you have hairs in your nose. That's gonna be a natural filter. That's what that's literally made for. Okay, and then the mucous membrane in your nose will help that as well. Whereas the mouth isn't gonna have that. So it's kind of obvious at that point to know that breathing through your nose is the way that you're supposed to breathe. Because in the middle of a workout, you want to try to relax. You don't want to be all jacked up the whole entire workout. Maybe a short sprint for sure. But another workout, longer workout, you need to control your breathing. So talk about how breathing through your nose as long as you can is really important, especially when you're just foam rolling or stretching or lifting, okay? Now, that same 4 in, 8 out, 4 in, 8 at the top, so 8 holding, and then 8 down, have them practice that with the kettlebell as well, because that is super, super difficult. And they're gonna learn really quick how to breathe with that diaphragm, okay? Lastly, we're gonna go over bracing, because this is completely relevant, especially towards back pain, because like the guys at Move You, if you watch them on Instagram, really cool. Andrew, the guy that works with them, they always talk about how bracing is really what kind of saved his back, saved his life with lifting. And I can know that with myself, a bunch of other people can attest to it, that bracing is super important when it comes to obviously bracing your spine, keep things safe. All right, so what you can do, have them lay down, keep their knees up. We don't want to get hip mobility or thoracic mobility into this, so have them lay down like this, feet up, breathe all the way in with your belly, all the way out, try to suck your belly button to your spine at the bottom. Squeeze. Now here, when you're squeezed, you can even hear my breath, my voice is labored. Try breathing in again without letting that belly rise too much. And as you can tell, like with my voice, it obviously got very, very labored. And once again, as we know, in a lift, you're not going to be holding your breath for minutes at a time. It's meant for a short hold, let go. Short hold, let go. Short hold, let go. So what you want to kind of tell everybody is, as they breathe out, that concept of breathing all the way out, squeezing, and then being able to breathe in again through your stomach, but then your stomach not expand as much, is going to be showing that you have that control in your diaphragm and your abdomen to keep that bracing. You can kind of tell your athletes they're going to feel it throughout their whole kind of chest and stomach area, this like pressure in your stomach. That's what you want to feel when it comes to bracing. So that's something you can talk to the athletes about, whatever class you're teaching. Okay, so we went over some diaphragmatic breathing, different breathing tempos, how to teach it, how to teach bracing, and then after that, you can just tell your athletes to just, throughout the workouts they're going through, just practice that. Okay, just practice that over and over again. Make it a kind of a lifestyle change. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. And remember, stop searching, start coaching.